is up, everyone? Travel with me. Let's go back to the end of April when the 2020 NFL Draft is taking place. One of the top prospects in the draft falls out of the draft, and he is signed as an undrafted free agent to the Detroit Lions, and that is Hunter Bryant. Looked at as one of the best tight ends in the draft, but because of injuries and some other little concerns, he fell out of the draft entirely, and the Detroit Lions picked him up and signed him as an undrafted free agent. Many people view this as an absolute steal for the Detroit Lions, but I think because of this move, he may be overshadowing another player that could potentially break out in 2020 and surprise a lot of people. Let's get it started. So welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here, and today we are going to be talking about Isaac Nauta. Isaac Nauta, the tight end that the Detroit Lions selected a year ago out of Georgia in the 7th round, the same draft that they also selected TJ Hockenson. Now, Isaac Nauta is really cool for the Detroit Lions, and last season we really didn't get to see him play a lot, at least in the regular season. Only 2 receptions total, didn't have much playing time. The Lions had TJ Hockenson, Jesse James, and Logan Thomas taking away a lot of time from him, so we really didn't get to see a lot of Isaac Nauta. However, Isaac Nauta is one of those guys that could potentially break out for the Lions in 2020 that everybody could potentially be forgetting about. See, I always talk about TJ Hockenson, how TJ Hockenson have a really big breakout year for 2020 because year 2 tight ends are way better than first year tight ends. However, what if that guy that has the breakout isn't necessarily TJ Hockenson and it's Isaac Nauta? Sure, I do believe TJ Hockenson will have a better year, but there's a reason the Lions are bringing in all these tight ends. It's because Darrell Bevell wants to utilize these guys. And Isaac Nauta, once again, could be one of those guys that we are forgetting about. There's a brand new toy with the Detroit Lions that we have to admire, and that is Hunter Bryant. And because of Hunter Bryant and obviously Jesse James and TJ Hockenson overshadowing Isaac Nauta, he's easily forgotten. But I'm here to tell you that you should not forget about Isaac Nauta. This is a very talented player, and he's similar to Hunter Bryant in a few ways, the main way being how the draft fell. As I mentioned, Hunter Bryant fell out of the draft, and he was a very good tight end, but because of injuries mainly, he fell out of the draft entirely. Well, for Isaac Nauta, he fell really late into the draft over to the 7th round when many people projected him to be a mid-round type of pick. Bleacher Report saw him as a 3rd or 4th round pick, and even the Falcons projected that they would select him in the 4th round. However, as I mentioned, he fell all the way to the 7th round. Now, why? Well, it's pretty much one main reason. His combine. His combine went really bad. I mean, his athletic ability scared a lot of people. His frame, his size was already a little bit, made little teams a little bit cautious, but once the combine came around, he didn't necessarily impress. He had a poor combine where he ran a 4.91 40-yard dash and only had a 28-inch vertical. Now, I'm not saying that's bad because honestly, it's probably faster than me, but the vertical side, I might have a 28-inch vertical. His athletic ability was not very much shown off in the combine, and that definitely could have hurt where he went in the draft because many people projected that this guy would be much higher, just like they projected Hunter Bryant. So let's talk about Isaac Nauta a little bit because I think this is a guy that we definitely cannot forget about. By the way, before we get into Isaac Nauta, I got to give a shout out. I actually did get a picture with his aunt at one of the Detroit Lions. I think it was the Detroit Lions practice. Remember Detroit Lions practice last year that was open to fans? I was there. I got a picture with his aunt, so I thought that was pretty darn cool. Like Isaac Nauta's aunt, like that. Hey, that's pretty darn awesome. Isaac Nauta is a 6'4", 246-pound tight end from Georgia. Now, like Hunter Bryant, we look at Hunter Bryant. One of the things that we absolutely admire about Hunter Bryant is he is not like all other tight ends. He's a little bit different. He's not your prototypical tight end, a guy that just, is good at blocking, can run a couple of, routes. You're a big guy. Isaac Nauta's combine may not have went the best for him, but he is still very athletic. He has the athleticism to play the slot wide receiver position and as a wide receiver position. He wore the number 18 for a reason. He wasn't the prototypical tight end that you see at Georgia. And Georgia is known to be a running school. And even in his freshman year, he shocked everybody, having 353 receiving yards and 27 receptions, making the freshman All-American team. This guy is not your prototypical tight end, just like Hunter Bryant. And he's going to compete with Hunter Bryant this offseason and give him a run for his money because he can play both the slot and the wide receiver position. He has the athletic ability to line up as a wide receiver. He has the height at 6'4", and he may not be the most athletic, but he's athletic enough to play in different ways for your team. And like I said, this player was really good in college. I mean, he ranked as one of the top tight ends in this draft for many reasons. One, he only had a 3.2% drop rate, which was very high compared to all other tight ends. It actually was just one ranking behind TJ Hockenson, who finished right above him with a 2% drop rate in college football. He was 9th in yards per route, was 1st in deep pass catch rate, which was actually 100%, 6th in slot receptions, and he was 5th in slot yards. So I guess that tells you how much he can move around and how good of a tight end he actually was. But the main concern, again, was his size and his athletic ability. And while the size is easily something that you could be concerned about because tight ends are usually looked at in a prototypical type of way, are usually looked at in a certain type of way, this guy can still block. See, one thing that I've noticed with Bob Quinn in his drafts, he won't draft a running back or a tight end or a receiver that can't block. That's just not something he does. He wants his guys to be able to block because ultimately, at the end of the day, they want to be able to run the football and protect the quarterback. And that's exactly what Isaac Nauta can do as well. He may not be the biggest guy like DeAndre Swift, but he can block. He blocks really, really well in the run game, and he blocks pretty well in the passing game. He is known to be a very aggressive type of tight end, and you can see it when you watch him. You can see it in the film. Not by stats, but in the film. When you watch him, you can see this guy can block. And while he may not have the prototypical size to look like a normal tight end, he blocks really, really well. I just wanted to make this short little video just to let you know, don't forget about Isaac Nauta. Don't sleep on Isaac Nauta for the 2020 season because this guy is going to give Hunter Bryant, he's going to give Jesse James a run for their money. He has been putting in work this offseason. We've seen it all over Instagram. Every single day you can basically check this dude's Instagram and he's posting a different type of workout, okay? So, hey, if you want to see workouts because you don't see enough with Carry-On, go check out Isaac Nauta. He's putting the work in. Someone actually hit me up on the comment section. He was like, hey, Isaac Nauta's coming for that number 2 tight end role, and I think he may be onto something. While he's going to have a lot of competition to try to earn that type of role, he's not going to be backing down. And again, he's got those Georgia bloodlines. We've already seen him working out with Matthew Stafford once this offseason. Isaac Nauta is going to be ready to go. Don't forget about him. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.